Welcome, friends, to thechefandthegrape.com. I am your host, Chef Christoph, and tonight we're talking about BC wines. Forgive me if things sound a little strange. It's because I've got a bit of a stuffed nose, but I'm not going to get in the way of tonight's work, because tonight's work is really exciting. BC wine, and I wanted to tell you about a rosé that came across my desk, and this is one of the most exciting rosés I've had all year. I do not consider myself to be a rosé expert, and yet, like many of us, I taste something, I know if I like it or I don't, and I love this. This is the Culmina rosé. Let's see if we can, there you go, zoom in on that. So they call this the Saignee, which in French just means to bleed, and it's a bit of a nod to the fact that they really try to use very traditional techniques. Now, it happens to be a friend of mine who's the winery owner there, Don Triggs. Don is an absolute icon in the Canadian wine industry, and of course most especially the BC wine industry. This guy has really blazed trails for virtually everybody else.
And there's Don himself on site at Culmina.
And so when a fellow like this turns his attention to starting a new winery as a retirement project, which is exactly what it is, I know that he's going to give it his heart and soul, and that's exactly what he's done. So he's crafted a rosé that's actually a Bordeaux rosé, so it's Merlot, Cab Franc, and Cab Sauv. And Saignee method to bleed, he actually only uses a basket press for it, which is very, very gentle.
This is a photo of the basket press at Culmina.
And that way it just allows for just the purest of the juices to flow. It doesn't over extract tannins. None of that greenness is going to come through, which can, if it's pressed too hard. The tannins can get quite sharp. So let's just dive straight into the wine. Oh, and where in BC? Southern part of the Okanagan, South Oliver area. Take a look at it in the glass. Isn't that beautiful? It's like just the most lovely peachy amber. It's delightful, and believe it or not, I can actually still smell in the glass. You'd honestly have to be 2 days in the grave not to be able to smell that. And even then, it's beautiful. It's such a kaleidoscope of berry aromas. It's raspberry and strawberry and red currant jelly and hints of rhubarb. Even the first blackberries of the season. A beautiful sea salty, saline minerality just really running through the whole thing on the palate. Oh, it's brisk. It is. It's tight, it's lean, it's focused. Bordeaux maybe, but I mean, it tastes for all the world like a Burgundian was making it. And I told Don as much, and he starts laughing. He says, I'm going to go tell the winemaker that. But it really does have that wonderfully precise, lean, racy acid edge that's all young raspberries and red currant jelly. The minerality is just super delineated. It's exquisite. There's a bit of a tannin structure to it. Fairly fine. Not super finessed. It's still got a bit of the countryside to it, but utterly delightful. I mean, this just makes me want to stop working, grab a grilled panini, and sit out on the patio all afternoon. I think worthy of note, do not serve this wine too cold. It has beautiful aromatics and a wonderful palate. Serving this at 5 degrees Celsius, your fridge temperature, terrible. You just kill that beautiful bouquet. This is really reasonably priced. This is about 22 bucks Canadian, which for a rosé of this caliber, excellent value. So I score this 90 plus points. I think this is easily international level quality. You could pour this anywhere in the world and people would say, yeah, wow, beautiful rosé. And at $22, I think it's excellent value. I hope you take the time to look for this in your local market. Once again, that's Culmina, C-U-L-M-I-N-A. And I hope we get to continue the conversation about this wine on Facebook at The Chef and the Grape, on Twitter at A Student of Wine, and of course here on the YouTube channel, Christoph, K-R-I-S-T-O-F, Gillese, G-I-L-L-E-S-E. If you're not subscribed already and you're enjoying the videos, please take a moment and just tick that subscribe box. Thanks for making the time. I hope you enjoy this as much as